Hi everyone, thank you all for being here today. This is going to be a very difficult and emotional video for me to film, but I feel it's important that I share my story with you all. As you may know, I have been very private about my personal life in recent years. But today, I'm ready to open up about something that has been incredibly painful and devastating for me. About 2 years ago, I became pregnant with my boyfriend Nelly's child. It was such a surprise, and we were both overjoyed at the prospect of starting a family together. We had been dating for several years at that point and had talked about having kids, but the pregnancy caught us a bit off guard. Nevertheless, we were so excited and immediately began preparing for the baby's arrival. Ashanti, Nelly, and I went to every doctor's appointment together. We picked out nursery furniture, shopped for tiny clothes and adorable baby accessories. We were both so eager to meet our little one. Our families and close friends were thrilled for us as well. It felt like everything was falling into place, Ashanti, but then, at my 20-week scan, the doctor delivered the most devastating news. There were complications with the pregnancy and the baby's development. They said there was a high probability that I would miscarry. I was absolutely devastated. Nelly and I held each other and cried for hours. This was the baby we had already fallen in love with. The thought of losing them was gut-wrenching, Ashanti. For the next several weeks, I was on strict bed rest, hoping and praying that the baby would defy the odds. But unfortunately, at 24 weeks, I started bleeding heavily and was rushed to the hospital. The doctors confirmed that I had suffered a miscarriage. My baby was gone. Ashanti, I'm sorry, this is just so painful to talk about even now. Nelly and I were absolutely heartbroken. We had already picked out a name, imagined what our child would be like. To have all of that taken away in an instant was absolutely devastating. I've never felt pain like that before, Ashanti. In the aftermath, Nelly and I leaned on each other for support. We grieved together, and it brought us even closer as a couple, but the loss of our baby was something that we both struggled with immensely. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about what could have been. Ashanti, I share this story now because I know that I'm not alone. Miscarriage and pregnancy loss are sadly all too common, affecting 1 in 4 women. But it's still a topic that isn't discussed openly enough. There's so much shame and stigma around it, which only compounds the grief and pain. Ashanti, after the miscarriage, I sought out support groups and counseling to help me work through my grief. It was incredibly healing to connect with other women who understood what I was going through. Sharing our stories and supporting one another made me realize how important it is to break the silence around this issue, Ashanti, so that's why I'm choosing to share my story with all of you today. I know it's not easy to talk about, but I hope that by being vulnerable and open, I can help other women who are going through similar experiences feel less alone. Pregnancy loss is a heartbreaking reality for so many, and we need to continue destigmatizing it and providing resources and support. Ashanti, Nelly and I are still processing our loss, but we're also healing and focusing on the future. We're not sure if we'll try for another baby, but we're open to whatever happens. For now, we're just taking things one day at a time, supporting each other, and finding joy in our relationship and our lives. Ashanti, thank you all for listening and for your love and support. It means the world to me. I hope that by sharing my story, I can help others who are going through similar struggles. You are not alone.